Kenyan poet Julie Wangombe has a way with words. At just 22 years old, her work has already found its place in Kenya's history. Julie wrote the victory acceptance speech for President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta, whose election earlier this month is being challenged by his rival Raila Odinga. Handpicked by Kenyatta's party chairman Johnson Sakaja after he saw her perform at a poetry event in the US in 2008, Julie says she was surprised by the offer to write a speech for such a high-profile Kenyan political figure.
I don't know what he saw at that point in time earlier, but he was always very, very encouraging, and he contacted me while I was in States. I was in Duke University, and he contacted me and he was like, write a speech, and I was like, okay. So he gave me all the details. He asked me to write, and he was very encouraging. He was like, you can do this, I know. So so I wrote and I sent it in, and funnily enough, I ended up coming home not too long afterwards. And so when I came home, he offered me a job.
Shortly after being declared winner by securing a small margin above the 50% needed for outright victory, the son of Kenya's founding president urged the international community to respect Kenyan sovereignty and democratic will, called for peace, and congratulated his rival, Odinga, for his spirited campaign. The poignant speech, written by Julie and mentored by a team of political advisors, including Kenyatta himself, was watched by millions across the world.
There's like a chain of command. And then, so for the victory speech, eventually it gets to Uhuru, and we actually managed to sit down with him. And actually he spent a whole day, which was very, very cool. He spent a whole day just like, we give him a copy, he reads it, he's like, okay, this, and I wanted to say this, and this is, so we go back, we edit it, we give him another copy, he reads it, and so on and so forth, until finally, for the last copy, he was like, it was like 7 p.m., and he was like, I like it. And I was like, oh, praise Jesus.
Julie studied law, but her interest quickly shifted to issues of development and politics. She is currently pursuing a degree in international relations at a university in Nairobi. Julie says the speech writing experience has been life-changing, but she is not letting herself get stuck in the moment.
You don't see the whole story in a particular issue. You still have so much to learn and stuff like that.
I think she writes very well. She's very candid. Her message is very straight to the point, but also not necessarily always offensive.
Julie, who also writes a blog called Alien Citizens, which talks about her deep Christian faith, says poetry and writing best express her beliefs and strong values. In the meantime, Julie has been tasked with helping to prepare what could be Kenyatta's inauguration speech, though Kenya's presidency depends on the outcome of Odinga's petition.
I will be kind of helping out with the inaugural speech, but I think and obviously he'll be extremely involved in that because it's his inauguration. And so, yeah, so there's work going on about that. It's different working with a president-elect rather than a candidate.
Julie is also currently recording her first spoken word album, which will be released in August 2013.